that you couldn't tell me nothing. My mom was like, get a job, do this. I was just like, I loved music.
Yeah.
And once I got into the record companies, I loved being inside the record companies, the buildings, the carpet. I loved the smell. I loved what was going on.
Got lost in the game.
I was like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
Feel it, fuck if you don't, we still living. Hopping out of this coupe, I'm still dripping. Nigga, this underground, Benji. This cafe is really deep. If you with me, I'ma do the same thing if you with me. Nigga, this underground. Gotta put it on broadcast, big bag fee. What it is, I put it on keys. 17 speaker, nigga need underground.
Life in New York City, and half my life in Los Angeles.
Yes.
So I can say I'm from both places, but I'm from New York City.
Stand up, all right.
I was born in Spanish Harlem. You know, I was blessed to be born there. Everything is Harlem is a mecca of black people in America. So I was born in Harlem and Spanish Harlem. So I got to experience culture early, different cultures from Cuban culture, Puerto Rican, Dominican, black culture together. So I was blessed, right before I got stung by the hip hop bug.
Stung by the hip hop bug.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So to get the people caught up, right? For those, there's a man who, and we brought this up too, who recently passed away. They actually called him. I think it was like the Godfather of the industry or something like that.
Yes.
Pardon me if I get this wrong, but had his hands in a lot of
Avant.
There we go.
Yeah.
And he has so much to do with a lot of behind the scenes.
Yes, sir.
And people don't respect that, and it's a lot of money behind the scenes as well too.
Well, rest in peace, Mr. Avant,
Yes.
who is an icon.
Yes.
But if I could compare what I do,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to emulate. Where, I know the business of music, the music business, and they're two different things.
Yes.
And I got a chance to master them both. But the business of music is how it really runs. A lot of people's thinking about the music business, but it's the business of music.
People don't get that. You can say it a million times, but I'm gonna break it down for them a little bit. So as I was doing this research, man, I seen production. I've seen like the director, you know what I'm saying, directing, and then also being a part, executive producing hundreds of projects. How do we get there?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just do it like that, but I'm like, because you're saying it, but when they saw what I saw, I'm like, wait a minute, my man got his hands in some things. So I'm like,
I'll give you a short version of it because we could go for hours.
Don't hold back.
Yeah.
All right.
I started out in the 80s as a rapper, got my first record deal. But I got my first record deal. So before I knew both gifts I had was trying to be being an artist, but getting my deal at such a young age. I was 16 years old, 15 years old. I had to bring my mother with me to the meeting to close my deal with Fever Records.
Right, because you young.
Right.
Yo, okay.
But the genius in the situation was a 16-year-old kid negotiating his own deal in the 80s, right?
Facts.
So to Mr. Avant, I got a chance to go through the school of music and the business of music, working at different labels as an A&R assistant. Then I once the rapping thing didn't work out for me, I still was in music. So, I had the hip hop bug. I couldn't get away from it. I still wrote music, but I'm at the labels working, getting contacts, and then I found out a way to make money by able to help artists get deals because I was already inside and I knew people. So sometimes an artist may have a problem with their deal. I'll come fix it, get it right, and charge a fee. And then I'll say, oh, let me do this. I wind up doing it 100 times. You know what I mean?
Wait. Okay, so look, this is let's pause for a second now. This, like, we're right now, right? We in a situation right now. We're in a time where it's information overload.
Right.
We have like at the drop of our fingers, we had this little thing. It's a phone, but it's actually a fucking computer. It's a dictionary. All these different things, right? So you figure this stuff out while people are still trying to figure out how to get the deal, or two, do it on the independent level, right? But you actually doing this at a young age. You know what I'm saying?
What happened was that you couldn't tell me nothing. My mom was like, get a job, do this. I was just like, I loved music. Yeah. And once I got into the record companies, I loved being inside the record companies, the buildings, the carpet. I loved the smell. I loved what was going on.
You got lost in the game.
I was like,
yeah.
I got, I was like, wow. But,
I love it.
I was lucky too also that I had knowledge of myself, right?
Yeah.
Having knowledge of yourself, no one could take advantage of you.
I love it.
So, a lot of guys would compromise and do things to themselves or to degrade their integrity to try and make it. I would never be that guy.
Right.
You ain't gonna never find that jacket on me. You know what I mean? So,
Facts.
what we're dealing with is power, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, building. You know what I mean? And creating. And if it's nothing but if the opposite of building is destroying. So that's all I'm dealing with. So if you're not trying to build. So make a long story short, I started to go to record companies and ask them what they was looking for. They'll tell me. I'll go out in the big ass world, get what they was looking for, bring it back, and charge my fee, And by that time, we learned from Russell, Leo, Dave.
Shout out to Russell Simmons. Shout out to Russ.
Shout out to Russell Simmons.
Yes.
Yeah. He's in my movie American Rap Stars.
I'm ready. So before we get to that, so let's talk one. When you got behind the scenes, right? Getting behind the scenes. When did that actually first start? Where it's, I'm gonna transition from the artist to this business.
Yo, my story.
When did that start?
It happened when my first trip to LA. What happened was my man, this dude, he had a company, and by that time I was already like, the record companies was giving out production deals and 3-act deals to black young men.
Yeah.
Puffy's, Eddie F. It was track masters, like Violator.
Yeah, we were artists that. Yeah.
And I was just like, oh shit, I could do that.
So this is like mid-90s, something like that. Is this midnight, early 90s?
Early 90s.
Okay.
Early 90s, because you got to think about even those companies were on the street level coming up.
Still coming up.
So then you watch those dudes get those deals. They're not just getting money for a record deal. They're getting money for 4 record deals. They give out 4 record deals to individuals. So now each production company has five chances to release music. So now that's 4. I'm dealing with math. I'm like, okay, I want to try and plug a hole at least with one of them spots. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And in that process, I'm going into these major labels, and the black companies at the time, they had their own addresses, they had their own companies, assistants. They have vibrant companies, and that's what's missing right now.
Right.
So, fast forward, my boy had a company, and he was like, yo, can you do an A&R job for me? And I was like, what? Whatever. He said, I'm gonna fly you to I'm gonna fly you to LA.
Yeah, right.
And he said, yo, can you take care of it? First of all, I brung the deal to the table, right? For
there
instance,
you go.
He had an artist.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no names. And he said, could you get this major artist on? I said, yo, I could get this major. I could get this major artist because I knew the dude, and I could get him on your artist's thing. He was like, yeah, right.
You can't say no names.
Nah. Because
it's
by that time the world is all weird and artists are all weird, and the way I kept my integrity is that I don't name drop. I don't do that. That's the number one way how to keep your integrity.
I love it.
You don't talk about what happens in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Love it. Okay.
When you sparring.
All right.
So that's all it is. So I delivered the artist, but I gave the artist this. I said, yo, the artist wanted this much money, $50,000. And he was like, yeah, no problem. I was like, what? I was like, oh shit, like you just gonna get his brother $50,000? I was like, but I never said. I was like, oh, okay,
right.
That happened easy. And then he gave me a couple of stacks, and put me on a plane in a room in LA in a car. And I was like, oh shit. And this is when I went to this convention called BRE. It was a studio. It was Black Radio Conference.
There we go. Okay.
Right? And I seen Suge Knight, Snoop Doggy Dogg.
What year was this?
When it was right before they got their deal. They just mobbing together, the whole Death Row up at Universal City. And I was a black nigga from New York, and I'm like looking at the colors. They all had like blue and red, and it was just like palm trees. It's surreal. I was like, yo, I'm living out here. I said, as soon as I get some money, I'm moving right here. I was looking at the house. I was looking at the houses in the hills. I was like, oh, I'm coming out here and I'm gonna make movies. Fuck that.
Let's go.
Let's go. This is years before the internet.
Man.
All right.
Because that just threw the whole in someplace else. It's like it's holding us. This is before it's still money.
Right.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm here.
So my hip hop experience is starting to get even more iller because I got to vibe with the Snoop Dogs and all that early, and I'm just like, like wow.
So y'all politicking? You actually
politicking? They were very cool back then. Everybody was cool and everything, and I got to mob with Spice One. So Spice One.
Shout out to Spice One.
Yeah.
East Bay in the building. Let's go.
I need to get some smoke. I was never afraid to talk to niggas. So I meet Spice One. I was like, yo, where the weed at? He was like, yo, come with me. And then back then it was called Indo.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like from New York. I'm like, oh shit, Indo. That's that shit.
It got the things on it. It got the plates on it. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
I'm smoking a bunch of Indo and shit with these niggas, and I'm like, yeah. So I bring it back to my block. I'm in Brooklyn now. I live 3 blocks from Biggie Smalls, right? So Del Vec from Brooklyn is my man who is, he just passed away. God bless Del Vec. That was my man, but that was one of Biggie's best friends.
Okay.
So we all, everything is marijuana, right? So all the weed spots and everything. So I'm starting smoking with Del Vec and them, Little C's, all of them dudes, and I got cool.
Little C's?
All them brothers, yeah.
I'm about to ask you some shit, but I know you ain't about to tell nobody that. I can't, I'm okay, but we live with Little C. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Just because I lived on Fulton Street and Carlton Avenue, they up on St. James, and every time I was around Del Vec, Allah bless his soul, I would smoke with them.
Okay.
Right? So then the same guy who A&R sent me on an A&R job, at his record company, he had another big rapper. They do a record with Biggie. So Biggie comes to the studio, right?
Okay.
And Lord, I'm gonna just say it was Lord Tariq.
Of course, I know Lord Tariq.
Yeah. So Lord Tariq and Peter Guns, they got their Uptown.
Boom. Yeah. Brownsville. Was it Lord Tariq? So he got Peter Guns and he got Lord Tariq. What's wrong with Lord Tariq?
Lord Tariq is the brown skin brother. And
what he was from Brownsville?
No, he's from the Bronx.
He's from the Bronx.
Yeah.
Because I remember Peter Guns. He said, "Whatever have you."
No, he's talking Soundview.
I'm from Sound. There we go. I knew it was something. I was like, "Whatever have you."
I'm from Soundview. Yeah, Soundview.
Yeah, there we go.
Soundview's a hood in the Bronx.
Okay.
So yeah, so Peter Guns and Lord Tariq was at this record company, and then we wind up doing a record with Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Before Tariq was with Peter Guns, he was with us.
Got you.
No, he was with us and Peter Guns was with us, but they wasn't together. Then they got together and they did that album.
Man, it's a lot of gumbo going on right now. It's like some melting pot type.
I'm skipping decades.
I know you skipping a lot of shit. I want you to go back, but all right, I'm gonna be. Let's follow. I'm going. I'm following.
All right, cool. So boom, and just wild stuff started happening in hip hop. The Death Rows was getting on, and the Bad Boys was blowing up and everything. I'm still in the hood, trying to figure shit out. I'm making a little bit of bread. I'm not broke, but these niggas is getting millions now. So it's like,
right.
I say, yo,
we gotta start dialing in right here. There's a lot going on right now. A lot of movement on the freeway.
But my will's like, yo, fuck that. I'm getting it. I'm gonna get it. Right. We getting something. Fuck that. Right. So
yeah.
I started getting in films and shit, I said, yo, this music shit is kind of lame. Niggas is getting shot and killed, and everything started bugging.
Because they work. I mean, let's be real. Because the shit, especially because you knowing these cats too, like at least you like close. Like I'm like, it's only 6 degrees.
Right.
So let's figure this out. Okay.
Yeah. So niggas started dying and all that, and And by that time, I'm coming to LA a little more often. I'm getting in with niggas. I'm knowing niggas. I'm running around with, like I tell you, I'm running around with Spice One. Like,
Give
you know
me
what I
a
mean?
year. So this is happening, what,
So this is like
96?
97, 90, all right,
Oh, yeah, we already had like 2
95, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
remember when, I didn't want to talk about that stuff, so I didn't want to talk about that shit. But so boom, God bless those brothers. They passed away. So, hip hop's weird. I'm like in this attitude, like fuck that shit. Everyone's grimy, everything. You can't trust nobody, all of that. So I started getting into movies and film for real.
But before, let's do it. Okay,
so before the movies and film,
there we go.
Content. The World Wide Web was starting.
It just on 94 or some shit like that.
Yeah, but like it was really like they was really starting to put money into it like 97, 98, right?
Yes.
So I got with this startup called the Romp.com. Eric Eisner, he's the son of Michael Eisner. His father was the chairman of Disney at the time. So he had a startup and they had all these millions involved in this .com.
Okay.
So I had the first content, hip hop content on these .coms. It was 1999. It was called The O Show.
The O Show.
So low key, I had the first show on the World Wide Web that had hip hop content. I'm talking about. I had my niggas from Hollis, Queens. I had the Chris Blacks on there. I had the Ja Rules. I had 50 Cent on there before he got shot.
And what was this? So what was it about?
It was just me running around the cameras and just doing what everyone is doing now. I was doing 25 years ago.
I love that shit, man.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
Yeah,
right?
It was called the
Rock.
Rock.
Because it was before that. You never know who actually seen that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then
let
ran with it. Like, hey, you know what? This they probably not gonna let me just
right after that.
I'm
gonna tell you why. So the .coms failed. They crashed.
Yeah.
They crashed because when the World Wide Web was popping, you had to put your phone on a modem. They had these things you had to put your phone on, dial up every
$1.
But it was slower, the whole process of the internet. And then all these expensive .coms that were supposed to produce different products started to crash.
Yeah.
So then they all crashed. People lost billions. It was almost like the first.
I remember it was the year of the startups. It was like the era of the startups, and then that shit took a tank.
And then the next year, it all started back up because Wi-Fi kicked in. Wi-Fi. So
so before we even, because I'm ready.
Everything that those guys experimented with and died at the cross for, these guys were able to pick up that because now you render it. Well, back then you could put a video on and it would be rendering and all of this stuff. It goes. It'll take you 1 minute, then you see it. Not even sometimes 5 minutes, depending on the.
It was just when.
No, but a lot of black people don't have access to this.
Gotcha.
This is like pre-black people even having it.
Okay.
So that's why I was even the first on it, because not saying that black people wasn't using it. You know what I'm saying? They were not in the www.com era. It came right. They started messing. The news didn't even know about it. CNN came to go interview us back in 99, 2000.
Yeah.
And then boom, the DVD era came. So the DVD era started popping. People who was able to see what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then I was the first to do it. So what happened was I had a movie called American Rap Stars. I have Onyx, I had Wu-Tang in it, I had.
You did that shit?
American Rap Stars.
Yo!
I directed that.
Yo! I watched that shit. You know what I'm saying? Facts. I watched that shit. I was like, I remember,
So I was the first to have hip hop content on the DVD, and it was on Showtime.
I remember.
It aired on Showtime, and I was the first to kick off the urban movie thing on Showtime. So I was a cultural beginner opening up that market, and now the most successful things on Showtime are documentaries.
Yo, facts.
Hip hop documentaries and box. They just got rid of boxing, but it was all of that hip hop content that I was pushing with. I was coming with. I put Royal Flush on Showtime for 7 years with that movie. I put Onyx on. We was putting out movies, but I was doing the deals also. I was doing a movie deal. we came. Okay, so boom, after the whole thing with Spice One and
I'm speechless. I should be asking you a gang of shit. I'm just like,
nah, because I know what you need to know, and I want to give you this jewel, and y'all gonna take it and edit it up,
man.
And y'all gonna rock with it.
Keep delivering the jewel.
So I started to going to the studios back then. Before 9/11, you could go into the studios. Yeah. My man was a movie star. We going over there meeting producers and all of that, and we trying to shop our shit. That was the arrogance that we was bringing from New York City. Yeah. Was like, yo, we could do this and we could do that, blah, 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 blah. So some producers were like, all right, come call me tomorrow. So boom, this woman by the name of Amy Heckerlin, she did Clueless. Me and my man Federal Star, we was like, yo, we got a script. Boom, she introduced us to this other lady, Shauna Gar. They cut a $100,000 check. I'm like, oh, okay, boom. I go to this other company. I was like, oh, this company's not even in the studio. Knock on the door, and I'm gonna say, yo, son, I got a movie. Oh shit, y'all niggas is cool. Yeah, come back tomorrow with a meeting. Blow the meeting up. Bow, another 100,000. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So now we then we go back to New York. We mad cool. I get my man his first solo deal. That was my first executive producing of an album. It was 2000. We kicked off Koch Records, which was the first independent label hip hop outside of the Def Jams and the Interscopes, and nobody wanted to sign to Koch because they thought it was a graveyard. But they gave us $1 million. So now we up $1 million. We moved to LA. We all moved to LA to do movies and film. We out here in 2000. I had a party in Brooklyn. Everybody came, farewell party. My mom's gave me the party. I jet over there. It's like, yo, Mom, I'm going to LA. She said, go get him. I go out there. By 2002, my movie was on Showtime. We already made $1 million at Koch. We was already doing deals. So then my West Coast experience started to kick in when I started doing business with this company called D3 Entertainment. D3 Entertainment was out in Huntington Beach.
Wait. Hold on, man. Hold on. Wait. Let's slow this down.
Okay.
Slow this down. You done pretty much, you done talked up over $1 million in less than 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, you know how black people get? No. This is all real shit. This is happening. Like, this shit already happened.
Yes.
Past tense, because we up here, because I'm trying to get to all the stuff you got going on right now.
Yeah.
You got a whole track record of things you getting into.
Yeah.
You answered like a lot of them questions already, but it's like you start putting them all together.
My bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, don't stop the feeling.
Right.
Whoa. All right. So check it out. We went from the music to TV, right?
Yeah.
Then back to the music. We combined it both, right?
Content,
right? This is before they gave us the flashlight. You just like, I'm just gonna figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying?
It was before the Smack DVDs.
And that's what I was about to drop too.
So then the Smack. So check. I'm gonna tell you what was crazy. So then boom, I'm going to
shout out to Smack. You know what?
Shout out to Smack.
Shout out to Smack. You doing your
shout out to Smack and Beef and all of that stuff.
Yes.
And what happened was, I was out here in LA at the DVD companies trying to get my other movies off. I was like, fuck that, I could do this. And they was real cool. You come in a company like this, they'll talk to you, let you pitch your shit and all that. But we was always ready. We had stuff out. All my friends were hip hop stars and icons and everything. So it was easy meetings. Doing a meeting with Federal Star or Sticky Fingers, or I could call somebody from Death Row. I could call when I first went to Priority Records, C-Style was in the lobby. C-Style from Long Beach, big C-Style. These are facts.